Alright, so this is just a quick introduction what to do before we start calibrating the Reby gate system. We're going to first check manually that the system runs and works. So you'll take your lever, de-stow it. Our gate is currently open, so we're going to go get it. Want to make sure at the full open position, you can see a rod over there, over here, is mostly straight, but it is not kicking over center, or close enough over center that we can't pull it back. We also will pull the gate back to a closed position, and we want to make sure that we're able to do that both open and close without any need for further assistance. Now we'll power on and start checking a few things. Okay, we powered the unit on. Notice your unit says start up, zero sensor. You'll say this every single time it starts up. It is asking to zero both pressure sensors, both your hopper pressure and airspeed sensor. If you're flying, it's just enter. If you're on the ground, it's enter. If you're flying, you would hit clear. It asks to cancel, and you hit enter. Now it rejected that setup. In liquid mode, you can see our gauge goes through, and we're displaying the normal quantity gauge indication. When we flick up to dry mode, we want the unit to be able to go through and will actually display dry the data from the dry gauge. You can tell this because you'll get a decimal point and 3 digits afterwards. So we want to make sure that our switch for liquid to dry is labeled correctly. The second thing we'll want to do when checking the liquid to dry is our hopper valve. I'll grab that in a second. Next one to check is your hopper valve. Again, mine's not mounted here. You can see there is an indicating light on the hopper valve. This one happens to be orange. I believe the other colors we have are green. This just indicates when the or should be on when you're in dry mode. When the unit switches to liquid mode, the light should go out. That is hooked up to the dry mode switch and to 2 amp breaker. Power comes from the 2 amp breaker to the switch, up to the valve, back down through the cable to ground, and that just opens up the hopper valve whenever we're up in dry mode. The other thing that we'll check, since we're powered on right now, our lever is connected and we press light is not on. When we go to store our handle, you can see we got a prox light that's lit up down here. I don't know if you can see it in the video. This is just a more detailed view of the prox switch. So again, our handle is in the stowed position. You'll hear it when she locks out. As we're going forward, our prox light goes off. When we're locked in, our prox light is not coming back on. The prox controls the sensing of the unit, whether or not the gate is stored or not stored, and that enables and disables the clean out button, and also changes some of the other settings inside the unit and how she responds. So again, what we've done at this point, we got a gate that's installed. We've tested it mechanically. She'll open and close. We've tested that when we switch from dry to liquid, we got a hopper valve light that goes on and off, and the valve actuates. We've tested that we have a prox switch that is lighting and not lighting. One of the next things that we'll test. We've also tested that we have the right software on our Reby hopper gauge, so that when we switch up into dry mode, we get the right indication. The last one we'll do is we'll tell someone to go out and blow on the pitot tube. Again, it's a sensitive piece of equipment. Don't blow hard. You actually don't want to wrap your mouth around it. The best is if you have some sort of pitot testing system, but they're going to blow on the tube, try to get air pressure in the line. and at around 70 miles per hour you should be switching from ground mode to flight mode. Your gauge inside will change, and you have to be in dry mode to see the change. So that just